What's going on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. My name is Michael Roman, aka All Fires. With the release of Ant-Man and the Wasp: QUANTUMANIA right around the corner, Super Bowl trailers in tow, and now Ant-Man and the Wasp first reaction reviews coming out late last night, Marvel has a ton going on right now, and amongst this, we get our very first official update for the Fantastic Four from the director himself, Matt Shakman, in a recent interview with The Wrap. We're going to break down what he said, what he confirmed about the movie's pre-production and filming, and what we can expect from the film and his involvement with it. But first, if you could grab the subscribe button. We do daily Marvel content at the channel, and that's all we do. Everything from official Easter egg breakdowns, trailers, and reviews to the occasional industry insider report and everything in between. So if that sort of thing's for you, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment down below. That will automatically enter you to win our ongoing PS5 giveaway, which is right around the corner. We're literally giving away the next one next week when Ant-Man drops. So again, if you want to be entered, all you have to do, be a sub, leave a comment on this video, stick around to the end of the video. We'll get into all the giveaway stuff again there. So as I mentioned moments ago in the prologue, this broke from The Wrap earlier today under the headline, Marvel's Fantastic Four starts filming in early 2024, director Matt Shakman says. They go on to write, quote, WandaVision director Matt Shakman opened up about his decision to exit the upcoming Star Trek sequel to instead direct Marvel's Fantastic Four reboot due February 14th, 2025. The prolific filmmaker, who counts credit series like The Great, Succession, and Game of Thrones, The Boys, and Prime Video's upcoming The Consultant, also confirmed that filming the MCU's Fantastic Four reboot would commence in early 2024. Quote, I had a great time working on Star Trek for a little over a year, working closely with J.J. Abrams and everyone over at Paramount. I love that franchise, I love the cast that J.J. put together, and it would have been an unbelievable pleasure to keep working on the fourth installment there. But movies have different journeys and momentums, and schedules are a little bit mercurial, and so when Fantastic Four's opportunity came up, it was just too hard to pass up. And to go back home to Marvel, a place that I worked on WandaVision at, and with people and wonderful collaborators. He continued, it's really a family over there, and to be able to go back and tackle something that I truly love, and they're very similar in some ways. They were both launched in the 60s, and at the same time, they're both about optimism and looking to the stars, and technology can solve everything, and they're about family too. The family you have, the family you make. So they're aligned in many ways to speak to my heart, and equally, so I'm excited to be working on the Fantastic Four. And he was in line to direct that Star Trek fourth movie. That's what he's talking about, working closely with them and for quite some time. But also remember, originally John Watts from Spider-Man's trilogy was going to direct the Fantastic Four, stepped away. That's what opened the door. Now, on face value for this news, that casting is right around the corner. If they're going to start filming in 2024, there's a good chance that casting's getting in line now. We've been reporting on the channel and will continue to do so. I can't wait to see if the most recent name in Dev Patel is going to end up being correct, but regardless, look forward to a casting announcement at some point this year, either SDCC or D23. Now, the other really interesting part of this quote, and I don't want to pry it apart too much, is where he says they're very similar in some ways. They were both launched during the 60s. There have been so many rumors that even though this won't be your typical origin story, that this may be a set piece and originally set during the 60s, and where I think will actually take place in the multiverse. I do not believe the Fantastic Four that will end up in the 616 or whatever our timeline ends up being post Secret Wars will have ever been there. I think they're coming from somewhere in the multiverse, obviously not 838 because we've already seen John Krasinski there, but a different part, and it'll be the breaking of the multiverse that ends up putting them in our timeline. That's how you can set them during the 60s, but have had no explainer of them in the current MCU up until now. And for those of you who say, well, hey, they could have existed, look, the MCU has just done so much exhaustive work of setting up the 1900s, going back quite a ways now, all the way to World War II in the very least with Captain America. They've had several opportunities to work those Easter eggs in and explain them, and there are some undeniable Fantastic Four Easter eggs at the end of Far From Home, but again, that might have been when John Watts thought he was eventually going to take over the Fantastic Four, and plans may have drastically changed between now and then. The script has just been written. So while I may be wrong about my theory, I just think if it's a period piece, it can't be in the MCU. Unless they're younger and it's not a period piece and it's set in the present day, but that also sort of reboots the Fantastic Four in a way that's already been done before, and we know this isn't going to be a typical origin. Maybe setting them in the 60s isn't the way you should do an origin anyway. It would explain, though, if they are in the multiverse, how they'd already be set up and be the team without having to explain how they've already been set up and been the team in our main continuity. You see what I'm saying there? You don't have to do an origin story in the 616 to explain it if they're not in the 616. Sorry, just driving this home, but I think it sort of works in with all the theories we've seen so far. Regardless, guys, let me know who are your picks for the Fantastic Four with all the names that have been floating out around now for Reed Richards, and there have been so many. And also, man, I have my fingers crossed that those names get put out through the Hollywood trades so we can kind of know in advance. But regardless, we have new Marvel trailers right around the corner coming with the Super Bowl on Sunday. We'll be doing live watch parties for those. Let me know who you got for the castings in the comments. Quickly, let's get into the giveaway stuff before I let you go. All right, we're still giving away a PlayStation 5, and we're going to do so to correspond with the release of Ant-Man and the Wasp: QUANTUMANIA next Friday, so just over a week away. If you want to be entered to win, all the same rules will apply for giveaways here at the channel. All you got to do, hit the subscribe button, then leave a comment down below, because it's truly random. The more videos you comment on, the better chance you have of winning. All winners will be announced at the end of videos, the same way we're doing here. The best way to keep up with the content has always been to hit the notification bell with all notifications turned on. And as always, if you like today's video, I'd appreciate it if you'd hit the like button. Please remember that we only announce winners when there are ones during the video and with comments on screen. We will never contact you in the comments. No YouTuber will ever ask you for shipping. No YouTuber will ever ask you to contact them on a third-party app. So please, either on my channel or anywhere on YouTube, really any platform, if you see someone claiming that you've won something and want money from you, just block and report those comments. They are spammers. They are everywhere, and we're doing our best to control them. YouTube says they know and that they're addressing it. In the meantime, I have the filter set to the highest setting, and they're still finding a way to get through. My name is Michael Roman. You can find me in a couple of places, Instagram and Twitter at I'mFires. You can also find me on Spotify, YouTube, Amazon, Apple, iTunes under the name Allfires. And while I sincerely appreciate you checking my music out, thanks for checking this channel out. Stick around. We'll be posting again real soon.